Ford has announced plans to transition to producing primarily electric vehicles in the coming years, and Ford will need to invest in developing advanced battery technology, as well as building charging infrastructure to dominate the EV market. Ford will also need to focus on creating a diverse range of EV models that appeal to a wide range of customers, from compact cars to larger SUVs. However, to achieve this, Ford will have to make some hard choices such as mass layoffs. And today, we're going to talk about what Ford is doing in the US and Europe as part of its transition to EVs. Ford has been one of the leading car manufacturers in the world, and it recently announced that it will be cutting an additional 1,000 jobs in Europe as it shifts into focus to selling electric cars only. Ford Europe has informed its employees that the final number of job cuts will be announced in February, and unions who support Ford Europe employees are ready to assist if any of their members are affected by the cuts. This move is part of Ford's plan to make its European business sustainably profitable, and the company plans to reduce its workforce at its European headquarters and factory in Cologne, Germany by a 4-digit number. The source said the company is creating a new business structure for its European operations, and that includes, firing as many people as possible who it thinks it doesn't need. The job losses will be across the board, affecting assembly, engine, and transmission manufacturing, as well as development, administration, and sales. This is a clear indication that the shift towards electric cars is having a significant impact on the workforce in the automotive industry. Ford has already killed off the Ford Fiesta and the Focus in many countries around the world as it pulls out of low-margin volume segments such as small cars and compact models in an effort to make its European business more profitable. Ford CEO Jim Farley has stated that Tesla has a significant advantage in terms of manufacturing efficiency for electric cars, and that Ford needs to cut staff in order to improve its financial performance. He also said that Ford has too many staff in certain parts of the business, and he believes that they are not contributing to the overall performance of the company. In August 2022, Ford fired 3,000 staff in the United States. And just before that, Ford fired hundreds of engineers and gave them only 1 day's notice. This has been criticized by many as it's hard for employees to find new jobs with such short notice. This clearly shows that the shift towards electric cars will have a significant impact on the workforce in the automotive industry. Many industry experts predict that jobs related to engines and transmissions will be affected the most, as these parts are not needed in electric cars. In addition, automation is expected to play a big role in the manufacturing of electric vehicles, which means that fewer workers will be needed. This could be a cause of concern for many employees in the industry as it may lead to job loss and may be difficult for them to find new jobs. So, if you work in the automotive industry, it's important to start thinking about retraining and acquiring new skills that can be transferred to different types of manufacturing. This might not require a new degree, but rather some short-term skills training. Moreover, it's important not to hide your head in the sand and to prepare for the changes that are coming to the industry. Ford's plan is evidence that the shift towards electric cars is happening, and workers in the industry need to be ready for it. This may include retraining for new roles that are in demand, such as electric vehicle technicians, battery engineers, and software developers. Now, before we continue, I'd like to thank you for getting this far, and if you want to know more, then make sure to watch this next part. In addition to this, it's worth noting that the shift towards electric cars is not just happening in the automotive industry, but in many other sectors as well. Electric cars are a part of the larger transition to clean energy and sustainable transportation. And this means that there will be opportunities for employment in related fields such as renewable energy, energy storage, and grid integration. Furthermore, it is also important to note that the shift towards electric cars is not just happening in developed countries, but in developing countries as well. Many countries are setting ambitious targets for electric vehicle adoption as a way to reduce air pollution and promote sustainable transportation. This means that there will be opportunities for employment in these countries as well. And so, the shift towards electric cars is happening, and it's important for workers in the automotive industry to be ready for it. This may include retraining and acquiring new skills that can be transferred to different types of manufacturing. Ford's recent decision to cut 1,000 jobs in Europe is a clear indication that the shift towards electric cars is having a significant impact on the workforce in the automotive industry. It's important for employees in the industry to start preparing for the changes that are coming and to not hide their head in the sand. Additionally, it's important to keep in mind that the shift towards electric cars is not just limited to the automotive industry, but it's also happening in other industries such as renewable energy, energy storage, and grid integration. But the good thing is, there will be opportunities for employment in these fields as well. Furthermore, it's worth noting that the shift towards electric cars is not just happening in developed countries but in developing countries as well. This means that there will be more opportunities for employment in these countries. It's important to stay informed about the developments in this field and be proactive in acquiring new skills and retraining to stay competitive in the job market. In the years to come, it is likely that Ford and other car manufacturers will continue to focus on electric vehicles as the demand for them increases. Governments around the world are also likely to implement policies to encourage the adoption of electric vehicles, which will further drive the market. This means that the electric vehicle industry is likely to continue to grow, and with it the demand for related jobs such as electric vehicle technicians, battery engineers, and software developers. And as I've said earlier, it's important for these people to acquire new skills and training in order to stay relevant in the industry. So, what do you think of Ford's decision to cut jobs in Europe and the US? Is it inhumane, or do you think it's necessary for them to do it? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. And while you're at it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons as well. Now, if you want to know more about updates on Ford's recent EV roadblocks, then make sure to click and watch this video right here and enjoy. And that's the end of this video, guys. See you next time!